Hello everyone, I'm High Treason, and welcome back to Let's Play The Long Drive. I figured I wouldn't make you sit through the loading screen this time. Just curious as to... Oh dear. Don't understand. Let's get out of here, man. I don't like it here. I mean, hot damn, I know the building was empty, but that's a whole new level. That's a whole new level empty right there, isn't it? There must have been thieves. We better get out of here before they nick our car. Look at that circle over there on the right. What's that about? In the terrain, that's weird. Looks like a meteor-like site. This could be a pretty cool thing to add. Like, if you drove really far out in the desert, you'd be able to see where, like, there'd been meteor impacts or something. I don't know what use there would be. Maybe you could put, like, some really rare thing there that makes the car faster. You know, I know there's a mod with a turbo, but, like, say you could put, like, a radioactive material there. Glow-in-the-dark paint. Yeah, if you refilled the paint tin from it, it would make the paint, like, glow in the dark. That'd be pretty cool. Don't know whether you should have it cast light or just be, like, bright. You know, like, it doesn't cast a light on anything. I don't know what it would do to the performance of the game or how useful it would be. It would be pretty fun to see something like that. I don't know why I just reel random ideas off. I guess I do with, like, every game. I think everyone does that when they play games. You just think of, oh, that wouldn't it be cool if that was in the game? I don't know if you do that, but I do, and a lot of people I know, like, in real life who play games do, which not a lot of people I know do anymore, but they certainly did. Like, you know, most of us, me and my circle, are kind of, we don't play much anymore. All my friends plays that dodgy Nickelodeon fighting game, and he always plays April O'Neil, so, you know, I've drawn him a picture of Armour beating her up. She's not in the game, Armour. That's a disappointment. I mean, Armour, she probably is one of those girls who smells a bit like cat pee or something, but, you know, she just gives me that impression, but she's kind of bangable, more so than April O'Neil. April O'Neil's kind of minging, you know. Fucking minnow. Yeah, I'm kind of tired. This is another one of those, you know, I'm playing this till my stomach stops fucking me about sessions. So I'm a bit knackered now. Oh jeez. Terrain generation's knackered, for fuck's sake, man. It ain't getting any better, is it? It's not gonna. I suppose we should be... I have had this car about 5 parts. I actually looked through the save screen when I stopped recording, and yeah, I've had this thing quite a long time. So we definitely are up on time to get shot of it. Might have actually had it a bit too long. But no matter, it's not super important or anything, you know. It's we've made a lot of progress, and that's what matters, I guess. And I've had fun doing it. Somebody somewhere is enjoying this. That would be nice. And if you're not, then why are you still watching? You know, go and find something you will enjoy. I don't force people to watch my things. I could try, you know, just drive to your house and hold a gun to your head. There's other things I'd rather do, to be honest. It really isn't important to me. Oh, come on, the road's not that fucking steep either. There we go. Yeah, I think we're in for some rough terrain from here on out. it probably isn't going to get much better. We will still have flat bits, but as I said before, the quantity of mountains will keep going up and they will get worse. So, you know, beware of that. That is a thing, and it can be frustrating to get up some of them. Just none of the cars will do it all that quickly. Although Skoda doesn't do bad, see how low on power it is, even with this engine, it's doing alright. Let's turn the lights off and get a few frames a second back. They're not impacting me as hard as I thought they would this far out, I've got to be honest. Crash! I knew that was going to bang. That was going to bang. Yeah. Fucking banger, mate. There was an odd one, like chavs, right? When they liked a girl, they used to say bum a lot. I fucking bum her. And it, you know, it means fuck in the arse. And it's like, why do you want to do that? Like, you know, there's another hole that's like way better for that sort of thing that ain't too far away from that one. You might want to try that one sometime. Try fucking say I'm fucking gay or something. It sounds that way. You do have a thing for sticking your dick in people's arses. That's what gay men do, you know. Yeah, they're all fucking obsessed with it for some reason. And all they'd ever give me is like, what's fucking tight? It's like, I never had any problems sticking it in the proper hole, so you try and tell me you got a small penis. You have to wonder, you know. Ugh. And Skoda, I think your last miles are going to be a bit hard on you. Just because of the state of the world that we're in here. It's not very nice. It is quite hostile. It's not nice to little green Skodas, sadly. It's just the way it is. There's not much we can do about it. Bloody chavs. I used to have a policy of not going after chav girls. I only pursued one, and it was to annoy a friend of mine who was a chav, and he liked blonde chav girls. We went to some party, and this mate of mine, it was weird, you know. He wasn't particularly smart, but it was, you know, he was all right to hang out with, you know. He was a decent dude. He'd do shitty things occasionally, but he was generally quite harmless. Mostly harmful to himself. Do things like eat onions raw, skin and all, and he always did that before he went out. And I remember him like going in the pantry and, oh, fucking onions, bruv. And he'd eat them like apples. He'd just be like, you know what, bruv? You know I got that fucking party later. Yeah, I'm gonna get all fucking bards. You fucking works, you're fucking gay. You know, you always stink like onions now. So what? I don't fucking smell like you. I smell like I've just had a shower. Yeah, I will fucking need fucking 10 more of them, you fucking bellend. Says you fucking dickhead. Keep eating the onions then. Fucking play Mortal Kombat, bro. I don't want to be fucking called my name when we go to this fucking thing. I want to be called fucking Liu Kang. I'm not calling you Liu Kang. I fucking will, I'll fucking knock you out. Yeah, because that's gone so well for you in the past. Fucking will. Fucking, yeah, there's more fucking onions in here. Just ate the whole fucking bag. Then he came to me before we set off. I don't want to be called Liu Kang, I want to be called fucking Kung Lao. Like, how fucking old are you, mate? You know? We was both, like, you know, getting towards the later half-hour teens at this point. Yeah, I don't like using people's real names in, you know, when I talk about people I used to know. I just think it's a bit rude to do that without them being there. So, yeah, what can I call him to make it easier to tell? I just want to call him John Smith, you know. We'll call him Terry Hooper. I'm sure I've heard that name somewhere in like a movie or a book or the news or something. Obviously it wasn't his name, but when he'd introduced, he was mad into James Bond, and So when he'd introduce himself to people, he would do it like fucking James Bond would do, and so he gets to this party after fucking nagging and nagging to be called fucking Lou Lau fucking Kang whatever. He's like, does what he always does. Oh, fucking hell, bro, look at this fucking sinner. Ugh, yeah, chav girl. Well, she's blonde and she's got tits, so she's your sort. Fucking hell, bro, if you fucking come round here, know what I'd fucking do? I'll fucking bend her over here, I'll fucking swear down, fucking have that shut up, you fucking slag. Go and talk to her then. No, bruv. Why are you scared? No, bruv. It's wrong fucking day, innit? Well, you're probably not going to see her again, so you better go and talk to her. And usually it'd go one or two ways, where he wouldn't dare, or he'd go up to them, and you always say the same thing, hey, fucking hell, love fucking seen you. Fucking, look at the fucking size of them, I wouldn't mind to go on them. Here, can I have your fucking number? Fucking why? But this time it was different. Like, you know, he didn't do anything in the immediate, and later on we're going out for a smoke, and this girl was like just outside the door having a cigarette. And he went walking up to her, he's like, hey, fucking hell, love, fucking seen you. I'm like, oh god, here we go. And you sort of recoil from the smell of onions on his breath. And he's like, yeah, fucking, yeah, fucking, you know what? You know who I am? You fucking know who I am? Like, punching his chest, you know, fucking know who I am? Fucking Hooper, mate. Fucking Terry Hooper. Fucking, yeah. Fucking seen him over there, that fucking curly-haired bastard. He's a fucking bastard. He's a fucking dickhead. I fucking know. I fucking know him. He's a fucking dickhead. And he's reaching in his pocket and there's, shit, here, bruv, you got a fucking cig? Yeah. I fucking lend a cig off you? No. Fucking why? Because you just fucking insulted me. Oh, no, fucking, don't be fucking tight, mate. Don't be fucking shady. Well, I'm gonna, because you fucking insulted me. You can have fun not smoking for the rest of the night now, can't you? Fucking bell end as I'm walking past, I offer this girl a light, you know. And I just wandered off across, like, the concrete outside. There must be, like, at least a mile of concrete, square mile of it, outside the building the party was in. Just grey concrete. Ugly place. There's this shitty little water fountain in the middle. It's dinky compared to the size of the place. And I just went and stood near there having a cigarette. And I'm like, I'm not happy about this. Like, I'm actually insulted. Like, that he would do that. That's a real dick move. And I got to teach him a lesson. I could just go over there and kick his head in. But, I mean, I've kicked his head in plenty of times. And that doesn't usually seem to stop him that much. So maybe I should do something else. Like, you know, we're at a party. I can make him look like an idiot. I can get the DJ to put an announcement out for him. I can, you know, do something like that. But I'm like, you know what? I got a better idea. And so I just sort of did nothing for a while. And then but my plan was, and my plan went accordingly, where I went up to this girl. I'm like, yeah, you know what? If he sees me talking to her, he'll flip his shit. And that's all I want to do is talk to her. And so I just go up to like, you know, hi, I'm Paul. You know, it's... Yeah, I'm sorry if he was a nuisance to you, you know, he's like that sometimes. Yeah, well, he's harmless, you know. And he's just kind of giggling at me. I'm like, well, anyways, you know, I'm going to go back over there now, and unless you want to sit and have a drink or something, you know. So I end up talking to this girl, and I can see him, this fucking Terry in the background, fucking scowling. I'm like, well, this is having the desired effect. I fucking ruined his evening, it'll serve him right. And next thing I know, I'm on the dance floor with this girl, and I don't dance, I'm standing around awkwardly, because that's what I do if girls insist I get up and dance. Like, I'll go on there with you, but I'm not doing it. And luckily, she wasn't, usually they throw a fit when you do this, they get all moody with you, but nah, she just thought it was funny. So she's just kind of laughing at me. I'm like, what? What are you going to do? What's the point of this? Go on, you've had your dance, give me a kiss. You know? Well, you haven't danced. I can't bother dancing, let's just skip that. Just give me a kiss, go on. The next thing, I'm necking out with her on the dance floor. He's there in the background, sat on some chair, arms folded, proper fucking dickhead to himself. It's like, yeah, I'll fucking teach you a lesson, won't it, you dickhead? I wonder if she'll let me grab her arse. So I squeeze her ass, and she just squeezes back. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, we're going down this road now. Well, I wonder how far we can get with this. By the end of the night, there was this disused library room in the building, and by the end of the night, they had her on her back on the top of some short bookcase, with a couple of cushions on it, just fucking wheelbarrowing her. This fucking, I hear these footsteps coming up the corridor. No, bro, no! It actually made me feel really bad. Like, you know, he said it just, you could hear his dreams being crushed. And oh, bro, Jock! I'm like, yeah, man, I almost wish I hadn't done this now. I've broken my standard. I've put my cock in a chav girl. I've upset my friend probably more than I really should have done. It's funny now looking back, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's one thing with chav girls, they were usually easy, but I didn't go after them. I always went after the tough girls, the figure skater girls, you know, was more my thing. They were much, much more challenging, they really were, but I quite liked that, it wasn't a problem to me. You win some, you lose some. Don't really lose anything. That's why I was never scared of approaching a girl. It's like people, the mentality people have, it's like they're afraid they're going to lose something. It's like, well, what are you going to lose? Like, you know, what they're going to do is tell you to fuck off. Like, they're just people, you know. The only difference is that they're people that you are, like, sexually attracted to is the only fucking difference between, like, you know, they're just fucking people. What's the problem, you know? I don't know, if you don't try. What's the harm in being told to fuck off? Now you're not going to think about it. Because everyone I knew was scared to approach, like, a girl, and girls I knew were, like, scared to talk to guys, you know. It was the same thing, where they'd spend all this time wondering, oh, what if I'd gone over there? And it's like, well, now you'll never know. And that's going to stick in your head for the rest of the night. What if I had gone over there? You know, would I have got their phone number? Would I have gotten on a date with them at some point? And now you're never going to know, because you didn't fucking do it. So you're losing more time and stuff by not going over there. I mean, that's not to say I don't feel nervous. Of course you feel a little bit nervous, but don't let that fucking rule you. That's silly. I'm not trying to belittle anyone who does have a hard time doing this. You know, that wouldn't be fair of me, because everybody's different, but I'm just explaining my perspective on it. And I'm sort of hoping it might be useful to somebody who is, like, nervous about that sort of thing. That, you know, it might let you sort of think it over and be like, hey, you know, that fucking dork can do it, so, well, why can't I do it? It's a mirror, but it's not what we're after. Yeah, it is pretty desolate, isn't it? This is one of the most depressing locations I think I've ever been in this game. The fuck is that noise? Oh, so now I want to get back in my car. So yeah, I drilled a chav girl once. She bled a lot. It was, yeah, it wasn't fun. Cleaning that up. At least she didn't pee on me. You know, maybe I should have gone after chav girls. You know, I mean, my sample size is small, of like 1, but she didn't do anything like that. So, maybe that's what I should have been chasing after all. I would have just figured something out here. Well, maybe this has been the problem all along. Yeah, you see that girl I was telling you about, the one who was obsessed with that Inspector Gadget movie for a time. She never did it on me, but she did it in front of me a lot. Like, that was years before, you know. Yeah, and her friend, and her other fucking friend, and it's like, God, that was one of the most stressful things in my life. It's fucking funny, looking back now. But, It wasn't very funny at the time. It was very, very stressful. It needn't have been stressful, but she made it stressful. I probably won't tell you now because I don't actually think I have time. It's a really, really long story, so it's a gross story and it's a horrible story. But hey, that's what we do on this channel, so that's probably what we're going to do. Like, if not the next time I record a part, maybe the time after that, I will tell you the story of Lauren and the Cars going on for an extended period of time. I thought we'd lost both of them though. We didn't lose Mirror, I don't think we lost anything else. My poor car, it's getting a battering, but you know, how far we gone in it? For heaven's sake, really? Fuck off. No, don't go in there, go in there. There you are. Right, I'll have that back as well, thank you very much. Yeah, those incidents certainly taught me to avoid girls called Alice. So I use people's names, but yeah, it's a generic enough name. It's only a fast name, isn't it? So you wouldn't know who it was. Not like that dude, you know. I had to use like a fast and second name for him to explain the James Bond thing that he used to. Well, fucking Ooper, mate, fucking Terry Ooper. Yeah, no, like I say though, like when I chased that chav girl, that was like definitely out of character for me. It was almost always the sort of slightly more fucking middle class girls I used to go after. It was much more challenging. Get thrown out of the ice arena. I technically have a lifetime ban from the ice arena, and I can't actually remember what it's for, because I got thrown out of it that many times. I mean, they throw you out just for ice skating, so... Okay, now... Ugh. It's getting rough here, isn't it? There's a boat over there. I'm not going to look in there, there's nothing I want in there. But yeah, a lot of the times I think they were full of shit, but there are cases where, you know, I can kind of see their point. Get thrown out for, well, you know, there was this girl I was going about with, like, at the ice rink. And, I think I said before, like, my brain has this weird thing where if I touch neoprene, like, all these receptors in my brain start firing. They shut off very quickly when they realise that it's just the cover for my light pad or something. You know, there's a reason my brain does that, and that's through connotations that it has with touching that material. You see, the little outfits that figure skater girls wear, some amount of them is made out of that material. The crotch especially, and I think that's just to stop them camel toeing constantly, because I mean, let's face it, that would happen if there wasn't some kind of padding there. And that's where that association comes from. They're quite difficult to work with, those outfits. They're yeah, not the easiest things to get on. I've never worn one myself, obviously, I'm a dude, but yeah, no, there was this girl I was going about with, and she's like, oh, with you, I've been learning this new move. I'm not very good at it yet, though, you know. I was wondering if you'd help me practice it. Oh, yeah, I guess. What do you want me to do? And she, like, makes me follow her to the side of the arena, puts her hands on the rails. She's like, well, I need to stretch first. Can you just hold my leg for me while I do this? And now she's just asking for trouble, basically. So I'm on my leg and my end starts to wander up her thigh, you know, it's like, well, how far am I going to get away with this? I know I can get away with it. It's nowhere my end hasn't been with her before. She wants me to do this. So I'm just fiddling around like, what's this bit I found? That feels different to the rest of it. What does that bit do? She says, against the fucking railing, the steward blows his whistle. Aye! What? Not doing anything. Helping her with her ice skating, you div. I got thrown out. We both got thrown out. That might have been what caused the lifetime ban, I'm not sure. I can't quite remember now. There's a lot of incidents happened at about the same time. And not all of them rude, but... yeah, they weren't very happy about that. Wasn't a bad day because there's a graveyard just round the corner from the ice rink. We was going to walk back. Well, we was going to walk to the bus station and then, like, head back to our house or go bowling or something just for something to do. But I went as far as the graveyard. I just grabbed Alder and threw her over the little wall. Like, get in there. That's it. Can't wait any longer. Shoved her up against some poor sod's headstone who'd fucking pegged it in like the 1880s. Just rammed her in the corner of the graveyard. That graveyard doesn't exist. They're digging it up right now. Well, it's 20 past 1 in the morning, so not right now, but yeah, they're digging it up to put more road there. That's kind of sad. But the thing is, you know, I felt like kind of like, shit, probably shouldn't have done that in a graveyard. I mean, sitting and getting stoned in a graveyard's kind of alright, but, you know, drilling someone in a graveyard, it's a bit disrespectful. And when we were digging it up, they found all these really rude figurines and stuff. So I'm like, oh well. Yeah, maybe isn't that out of place after all. I mean, this is, you know, Hull we're talking about here, so... yeah, it doesn't have much class, this town. But that's what got me, like, with the tough girls. They were fucking naughty. It's like, you know, they'd be really apprehensive about this sort of stuff at first. And then they'd basically just get hooked on it. It was weird. It was like, you know, once they'd learned how to misbehave in some way, they wanted to misbehave fucking constantly. It was a big deal to them. You know, something that was minor to me, because I come from one of the shittest estates in the country, apparently, you know, would be a big deal to them. And they'd be all sort of weary of it. Like this dickhead ice steward, he'd get a slushy and then he'd put it on the barrier in front of the chair that they had like this really high chair that the steward sits on. He'd put that and his sandwich on the barrier and they'd wander off without touching any of it. I don't know what he went off to do, wash his hands maybe. But so as we skated past, I'd just pick his slushy up and start fucking drinking it. And they'd be like, oh no, you can't do that, that's not yours. It's like, well, I paid for it. Oh no, you didn't. No, you did. I'm like, well, yeah, I did. My family pays bloody taxes. That's paying his wages. He works for the council. I paid for this. It's mine. I want a drink. Do you want some? And they wouldn't touch it. But then you do it a couple more times, and they'd think it was fucking hilarious. They'd want to get on it. They'd be pushing, go on, steal it, do it. You know, it's like, damn, what a shit. You know, they have this desire to do these things. It's weird. So obviously the misbehaviour just fucking escalates until you get to the point of fucking in a graveyard. I'm glad I didn't waste my youth. I really am. Like, yeah, I did stupid things, but you got to do stupid things because you're not always going to have the opportunity to do stupid things. Like, the opportunities to do stupid things goes away, or at least the opportunity to do stupid things and mercilessly get away with it. So you get all the stupid out of the way when you're young, and then when you're older, you can at least pretend you're a bit more sensible. Yeah, this isn't so I wouldn't do these things anymore if I thought I was going to get away with them. So see, that's the thing. Like, in some ways, you never stop doing the silly things. You just get better at, like, making sure it goes undetected. I mean, the steward used to detect that we'd stolen this slushy, so he'd blow his whistle loudly and make us come over. I'm like, what slushy? Our mouths would be like this bright blue colour, because he always got the fucking blue ones, and it stains the inside of your mouth. What slushy? You drank my slushy. You had a slushy. Yeah, I did. You drank it. Did I? What makes you think that? Well, it's not here. Yeah, it is, right there. It's empty. Oh, right. You sure you didn't drink it? No, I didn't. Well, you know, seems to me that you might have done. I mean, you said it was yours, so if it was yours, then why wouldn't you drink it? He was a bellend, that steward. I made him quit his job. I didn't even do it intentionally. He used to cause me all sorts of shit. And there was this dude that I knew. We'll call him Dan. His name wasn't Dan, obviously. And he had this stepsister called, we'll say, Jessica. And yeah, she had these friends, one of which was this girl who was only like 13. She had this massive crush on me. Like, we will call her, I don't know, Rebecca. Like, her name was nothing like, none of these names are anything like the real names of these people. But anyway, they come up to me like this Dan's stepsister, and you know, came up to me on the ice. Oh, you know, Rebecca's got a crush on you, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I know, but you know, I'm just hoping it wears off, because you know, I was like 16 at the time. She was like 13. I'm not into that. A lot of lads were. I think I said about that, where most of the lads chased girls who were a lot younger than them. I wouldn't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm hoping that it wears off soon, because, you know, it makes being around her a little bit awkward sometimes. Like, oh, well, we told her you'd go out with her. And they start laughing. I'm like, oh, God, you didn't. They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, you fucking bastards. You see, now, that's well played, because now you're going to make me look like the bad guy. They'd obviously done it just to make her fucking cry. I knew they'd done it to make her cry. And I'm like, you know what? I'll fucking deal with you later. Where is she? Well, she's waiting for you in the corner over there. I'm like, right. Well, I better go and sort this out. And so I go over there. I'm like, great. You know, now I've got to make this poor girl cry. It's going to ruin her fucking evening. And so I go walking up to her, and she turns around, she looks, and she's got this big smile on her face, and I'm like, oh, God, I hate having to do this. But, you know, what else can I do? I can't just not come over here. That would be worse. And so, you know, I walk up to her, I'm like, hey, Rebecca, listen, I know what they've said. And I could already see, like, her face changing. I'm like, I know what they said to you, and, like I'm really, really sorry, because I can't go out with you. You're too young for me. You know, if I was more like your age, or you was more like mine, I probably would, because you're fit. You know, I would if I was younger, or you was, like, older, but I just can't. And she's like, oh no, it's alright, it's alright. And like, you see her eyes go watery. And then she closes her eyes, balls her fists, and just takes this deep breath, and the tears go away. And she's just like, thanks for telling me. I'm like, well, you know, it was a bit of a dickhead thing for him to do. I couldn't just leave you study her. She's like, no, thanks for being honest. We can still be friends, can't we? I'm like, of course we can still be friends. I like hanging out with you, you know. I think you're cool. I don't think they are. They're supposed to be your best fucking friend, and they're doing that to you. Like, because I look over, and, oh crap. My car's just been totaled by nothing. I look over, and they're looking out of where, around the wall, that went, you know, sort of at the end of where the steward used to sit and where the little walkway to the box was. And they're looking out of there, like, fucking laughing, like, oh, she's gonna cry, she's gonna cry. I'm like, I don't think that's on. Like, I think what they've done is really out of line, and I won't stand for people doing that to my mates, so I'm gonna go over there and deal with them. And she's like, no, I'll sort it out. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't think that's fucking right at all. Like, they're supposed to be your best friends, and that wasn't nice. They shouldn't be fucking doing that. I had a sponge in there, it's gone. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go and fucking deal with them. Well, right now. And so I went over there. So I'm like, I'm not having this. And I pinned them to the wall. And I'm like, what you just did was fucking horrible, and I'm not gonna fucking stand for it. Well, you think it's fucking funny? You're not gonna think it's funny in a fucking minute. I tell you what. Get out and don't fucking come back in here. And I know everybody in this arena, and I pretty much fucking did. I mean, I was there, like, nearly every day of the week, sometimes more than once a day. I would have known if they come back. You know, I'm like, get out of here and don't come back. And if you come back in, I'll know you've come back in and I'll fucking come and find you. You're supposed to be her best friend and you're fucking trying to make her cry. You're fucking with my evening. I'm not having it. Now fuck off. And I threw them. What the fuck? Oh no, did we lose the radiator? Our odds of finding that are damn near zero. We might end up ending the part in the middle of the road. We lost the radiator. I didn't see the radiator. Crap. Ah, jeez. So anyways. Can we roll back, please? Is this flat? This is flat. This is actually slightly downhill that way. But yeah, this Danny comes out, is like, yeah, that my stepsister, get off her. I'm like, oh, what's fucking wrong with you, mate? What's the matter? Oh, your fucking stepsister. Yeah, no, because you want to fuck her and hold her, you fucking weirdo. I mean, he did. He had this massive crush on his stepsister. Yeah, what are you going to fucking do about it, mate? Like, what are you going to fucking do? Get fucking clever with me, mate. And he comes walking over and draws his fist. Now, he was my best mate at the time, this dude, so I didn't really want to do it, but keep in mind this is right next to the Perspex box that the steward sits in. And yeah, you know, this dude is coming over, he's drawing his fist, he's going to hit me. Best mate or not, I ain't letting him fucking hit me. Ain't nobody going to fucking hit me and get away with it. I don't like that way. Like, you want to punch me, you better be ready to get fucking punched down. That's just the way it fucking goes. You don't let people fucking hit you. And I ain't going to let my best mate hit me. It just don't work that way. And so, you know, I fucking start having all this into him. I don't want to do it, but I'm fucking smashing his head against the fucking barrier that the steward sat behind. So, what do you know? Steward, like, comes out as I just knock my mate over. Like, I knocked him to the floor. The steward comes out, oh, you fucking shut it on me, fucking you fucking... I'm like, what's your fucking problem, mate? You want to fucking go and I'll do ya? Because I just had enough. The steward, he actually took a fighting stance. He drew his fucking fist. I'm like, oh god, I'm going to have to knock a middle-aged bloke out. This is going to feel wrong, you know. And he sort of glares at me, and then he just went storming off. You know what, do what you fucking like. I've had a fucking shit day. He went storming off. He ripped his fleece off and threw it into the bleachers. Went storming outside. I've got the fleece he threw, so I still have the standard fleece that the whole arena used to give to employees with the whole, like, council fucking emblem embroidered into it. He was never seen again. Steward quit that night. No one heard from him again. I heard from this Rebecca girl, though, because I went home, and, you know, I'm excited. I'm acting it's going to be a nice night, you know, everything's going to go just fucking fine. Does it go fucking just fine? Like, fuck it does. I get a text message at 3 in the morning. I've just bred Lynn. It's like, what? Who's this? I've just bred Lynn, it says. You know, I don't know who this is. Who's Lynn? I know a few people called Lynn. Probably isn't referring to one that I do know. I wonder who they're on about. And I'm trying to figure this out. And as I'm trying to fucking figure this out, well, this next one comes on, you know, with... Ah, shit. What did I say her name was? I don't want to use the real names like I say. You know, was this Dan's stepsister, like whatever I said her name was. And I'm like, look, like, I'm already impressed because this Lynn was like 16 years old, you know. She's just been bred by a 13-year-old girl. That's probably a little bit humiliating. And this dude's stepsister's like older than her as well, and, you know. I'm like, probably at home, but leave her alone, the situation's dealt with. And then there's no text message for a good while until I get another one, where's Dan? I'm like, presumably at home, he isn't. I'm like, oh shit, you know. I'm like, look, I already bred him, leave him alone. I want to bray him. No, I already dealt with him, he's obviously run away, leave him alone, he's probably scared, you know. In all fairness to this girl, I wouldn't have fucking messed with her, like, she was a big girl. I don't mean she was fat, but she was big, she was, like, powerful build. Aspiration in life was to join the fucking army, you know. So, another girl I knew just used to wear a bunch of camo gear, I don't know why, I have this tendency to run into them, I guess. I would have loved to have seen her beating that older girl up. Because from what I heard, I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't confirm this. She got in this girl's house somehow, snuck into her room, and just basically dragged her out of bed by the foot, and just started beating the shit out of her. And then this girl's parents come in like, hey, you know, can you take that outside if you're going to do that? And so she dragged her outside by the hair and just beat her up in the middle of the road. And then went looking for the dude's, like, stepsister, who was doing a runner as she got to her house, apparently, and had just left the gate, went tarring off down the alleyways, because it's all alleyways, like, on that estate, and caught her trying to climb over a fence, like, at the end, because it was a dead end, and basically just beat her up in the corner. I would fucking love to have been there to see it. Would have been fucking hilarious. A fucking needle's way off the gauge here. We've been lucky with this. I have no idea if we made the target distance, I've not checked. We're pretty much up on time, so I'm going to have to stop and just hope we get a building with a radiator. What a shit way for this car's run to end. And it wasn't even my fault, like it was a bug really, I should have reloaded. We can see the temperature has gone down a lot, but if I start driving the engine, it's going to overheat very quickly, especially if we have to climb a hill. And there is no building for quite a while. There's one up there. Don't know what that is. It actually looks quite big. It might be a haunted house, but it doesn't look like the right shape to be a haunted house. Maybe it is. Now, if it is a haunted house, they do usually have cars. No, it's a little perky gas station. Yeah, they do usually have cars, the haunted houses, but this far out, are they going to have them anymore? And I just don't know if they will. We're going to drift through and try to see if there's a radiator. I mean, getting water for a radiator isn't a big deal, but actually getting a radiator, that looks like one. It's not the right one, but it's one. Oh, that's not a radiator. Shit. And I'm out of time. Double shit. It's going to have to be a cliffhanger ending, I'm afraid, boys and girls. And lady girls and boy men, I don't know. The men boy fucking... Ugh, that's a creepy organisation. Well, I guess we'll pour some gas in. Hopefully it's still downhill from here, because otherwise we're in deep trouble. What's that noise? I can hear noise. Yeah, I don't see any more buildings. Well, there's a boat way out there. There's a whole load of nothing. It's another boat. Road goes over there. I don't know, man. We might be in trouble here. Not like we haven't been in trouble before. I might be a minute over time. Not much I can do, I'm afraid. We work with what we're given. That's all we can do. So, yeah, I'm High Treason. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one when we try and get ourselves out of this jam. We didn't see a single car in this part. Distance 2067. We still made distance. We made over distance by 66k. Not bad going to say we had no engine for the last bit though, really, is it?